Seahawks need to get to the 30 on third down. Wilson looking for Harvin, and incomplete. And there goes the flag. They're going to get Raphael Bush on the hit, and Harvin is down and hurt.
In football, you don't always have to see the hits to know their effect. But depending on where we sit in the stadium, we can see the same play differently. And as fans know, even with instant replay, it doesn't always change the outcome of the game. Well, tonight, 3 women with 3 perspectives on a football life behind closed doors. They hope they can change the outcome of the game for players.
A daughter.
My name is Rebecca Carpenter.
A wife.
My name is Liz Nicholson Sullivan.
And a widow.
And my name is Allison Owens.
3 women sharing the same story, living with loved ones affected by chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, the degenerative brain disease caused by repetitive hits to the head.
My husband was Terry Owens. He grew up in Geneva County in Sampson, Alabama. He ended up passing away in October 2012.
My husband, Jerry Sullivan, has 9 vested years in the NFL and 2 in the USFL back in the 80s. And for 21 years that we've been together, I've always wondered what was wrong with my husband. He had a lot of problems, major problems. And it wasn't until probably the last 4 years that I met people that I call my brothers and sisters now in this fight against a beast, which is CTE.
My father was within 11 NFL teams during his career, and I was affected by CTE because my father was case number 18.
18 out of the initial 111 brains of former NFL players studied by Boston University's Center for the Study of CTE. A study made headlines when it determined that 110 of those 111 brains had CTE. Football's effect on the mind made headlines in 1937, too, in this Liberty magazine article by sports writer Frank Scully. The Columbia Daily Spectator newspaper reviewed the article, called Stumblebacks, in which Scully writes the sport ruined men's minds. 80 years later, Allison Owens agrees. She saw the end stages of a ruined mind, caring for her late husband, Terry Owens.
He was in the first 100 cases as well. And I was able to keep him home, but there was lots of struggles and lots of things to deal with. And at that time, we didn't have the sisterhood and the care that and the people to contact that we have now. So I was kind of doing it blindly, and I made quite a few mistakes.
Their sisterhood includes a private NFL Wives Facebook page, which is a forum for more than 2,600 verified members. Women talking about the football life they see behind closed doors.
It was part of the reason why this was so difficult, and it's slowly been coming out, is because the men who were warriors once on the football field, they don't want people to see what is happening with them. That's why the wife or the loved ones are the first ones to see it. They're isolating. And it's a shame, but I always say the most unfortunate men are the ones that do not have a female in their life, whether a wife or a daughter.
Oh yeah, like I couldn't even imagine. Could you imagine your dad without your mama? I couldn't imagine my Terry without me.
My husband would be dead if it weren't for me right now. I'm not. I mean, he would.
In my case, my father died in 2010, and we were cold called by Boston University because my father's obituary had gone out on the wire. And at the time, they were just like doing a Google flag on any former NFL players who died, and Chris Nowinski would make a cold call and say, "Can we have your brain and spine?" And we're doing a new study on concussions and former NFL players. Will you donate?
Rebecca Carpenter, who was a filmmaker, tells her father's story with great care in a critically acclaimed documentary, which made its theatrical debut on November 10th.
Liz Carpenter carries this time and vents the Detroit defense for 9 more yards.
Requiem for Running Back is a documentary that I made that initially started to understand why were these people trying to ruin football.
Rebecca shared these photos of her journey to understanding that there is so much more behind the hits. Her father died with stage 4 CTE.
So I owe a lot to my father and the sacrifice that he made with his brain and to the sport of football. So I really wanted to put the pieces back together again, really looking at the cost benefits, because I also had a nephew who was now the starting quarterback of this high school football team in Texas.
And it is that next generation and their families that these women want to impact with their stories.
process.
Tonight, we have an opportunity for you to get involved in local research that's going on to determine the effects of concussion and head injury in the lives of former football players or really anyone who's been affected by head injury. And Dr. Laura Dreher, thank you so much for joining us with this. You're the Director of Concussion Research at UAB. What specifically is the most challenging thing you all are dealing with right now in research and concussion?
It's kind of a sad time, but a good time, because right now we're starting to see a lot of attention in the media, which is good, but about the negative consequences of concussion.
And you're partnering with the Wise Up Initiative to conduct this survey.
Yes, that survey is helpful because they want to hear from the public and, you know, how they've been confronted with concussion issues, what their concerns or fears are, how they can better educate the public, raise awareness, whether it's education, inform them about detection and assessment strategies, and research, and you know what's accurate information. There's a lot of information coming out, which is good, as I mentioned, but what is real and what not to be too frightened of. So there's a lot of concerns and calls we get. How do we keep are they safe to go play football? Are they okay to go back and return to the military, active duty or whatnot? A lot of different issues that people want answers for, and they're there to help educate the community. They've been an incredible community partner with UAB, with Children's Hospital of Alabama, and our other partners as well.
And now making the survey possible so that our community can get involved and share that information.
Here's how you can get involved. It's very simple. Go to the CBS 42 News app or WIAT.com and fill out the survey. We'll keep you posted on the research and what's next in concussion awareness.